Oh boy, we are online. InShalla and Ashe, blessings to you, my energetic beings. And as always, welcome back to the Daily Snippet. I am your host, a practicing holistic Sha'medium and subtle energetic surgeon, merging the indigenous technologies with subtle energies, elements, elemental beings, and so much more. But my intention is to merge the indigenous with the subtle realms to assist you into navigating your prime directive, reintroducing you to and through the being that really resides within you. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So, as we prepare the threads for this upcoming new year, 2022, we are in the threads of the final hours. Be sure to check out my latest coffee show this Sunday, January 2nd, I believe. Yes. Merry Shirtlift, the Chinese New Year. It's a water tiger year. So, we've got some interesting stuff on the forecast there. And if you haven't already, please be kind and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tonya D. Hit the bell so you get notified. And also, if you don't mind, like the video so the YouTube algorithm will echo me out and suggest me to other like-minded musers in this galactic universe. My musing moon meditation for this new moon in the season of Capricorn, I'm super excited about that as well. It's going to be out the gate very soon. So if you haven't subscribed to my musing newsletter, please do. And that should be in your inbox very soon. It's super juicy. But today I am going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to start off with the cards of the day just to change it up and add some excitement there. So let's get rid of that and add some of that. And here we go, the cards of the day. Bingo. So this is Ahhhh. Ahhhh. He's part of the Fairy Challenger clan, but he and all of this clan actually, they bring us face to face with our fears, or they make us face our fears, our denials, the inner traumas, confusion, sometimes our delusions, even in denials and whatnot. But this little character here, he refuses to share what the G in his name means due to us knowing more about him. The less power he actually has and the harder it is for him to do his job. So with that said, you know, that itself says or tells a lot about him. So his power really lies in our imaginational field, our imaginations, and along with our fears, not in the real world and not really in any of the worlds. So this is the wicked thing in the closet who keeps frightening little kids at night, and it's kind of making those crazy sounds, the puffing and the snuffling or scratching or whatever. But as soon as we turn on the light and open the door, he really isn't even there. He only exists through the collection of our fears. And the Ahhhhs, they thrive on fears. They get stronger and stronger until we actually face them. He kind of is a sham, teeny fear blown all out of proportions. And honestly, the smallest positive thought, a nano thought, will actually banish this energy. So all of the other realms, especially the realm of the fairy realm, know this about him, and none of them are actually afraid of him. But his job is to wave our imaginary fears right in front of us, making them look as alive and real as they possibly, or he possibly can. But he's really extraordinary at doing this. But the challenge that he offers us is to see the certain fears of ours as really being imaginary, and to distinguish them from things we actually need to be cautious about. So in this way, he tries to teach us to look past the fear and see real, true truth, whatever that truth is. And it really kind of is a difficult job, along with the Pook and Gotcha and the Fey Lion and the other hardworking fairies. They all get together at least twice a week for otherworldly nectars and, I would say, rituals, really. Hazelnuts, cheese, applesauce, to kind of grumble about humans and also to support each other. And they work. The work they do, hard as it is, you know, they're really kind of an apprenticeship for them is really, they really want to work a lot harder to get them to wear what's called a star crown. A star crown, Apionia's wild daughter has one, and Lies of the Shadows as well. So it really takes a lot of practice and skill in dealing with the flaws of humans, really, to get promoted to that level. So if you could hear the stories that they tell, it's totally hilarious. However, this card is asking us to look for the truth behind our fears and to distinguish what is real and what is just a projection of our inner traumas and fears into our imaginary future. By kind of delving into our old patterns, we can see past them to a more liberating life. So only by facing our fears, or facing the fears honestly and seeing them actually for what they really are, that's when we gain greater ability to open our hearts to what's called the singer of courage. The singers are in another realm, but in doing so, we gain strength to really face the really difficult challenges that are in our lives. So each fear that we confront and becomes resolved, that truly is what makes us stronger. It's what I call climbing into our skin. So fears generally are imaginary. They are these unreal hazards. So this card is kind of this realistic caution to muse about and climb into. And then I have, this is Las Gana. You can check out the show notes on how to say that one or spell it. But she's part of the fairy guides and the guardians of the gateway of the galaxy. These are the ones who devote their time and their energy to directly guiding us as we develop our own special talents and gifts and really our own natural magic. I believe we all have magic somewhere. But this assistance, they bring us to become more than we already are, exploring our potentials and just transcending all the self-imposed limitations and those fears oftentimes. But they help us to climb out of the holes that we usually make for ourselves by misusing or misunderstanding our talents and even our potentials. But they also believe that a sense of humor is really a necessity. It's just a part of being fulfilled and also utilizing the magic that resides within us. So they really like to encourage this in us and through us. And these fairy guides assist us to discover the joys of living more in harmony with nature and also with each other, and also in a calibration with them. So every denizen fairy is, in his or her own magical way, assisting the world, ours, theirs, and just moving into a space of greater harmonics, the soul's harmonics. And we are as well, each in our own way. But in the realm of Las Gana, she's like this frog queen. It's extensive. It's both below and above the waters. And fairy waters are literally made up of human emotions. Sometimes they're magically clear and beautiful and sparkling, and sometimes they're disgusting and murky and muddled and puddled. And different fairies are actually attracted to different energetic waters. You'd really hardly expect to find, a soul shrinker or an old gloominess doom, or, just splashing happily in clear or sparkling waters. But you might find Niles the alchemist at a murky pool holding her nose as she kind of waves a clarifying wand over it. But most of the bright fairies avoid those places. However, Las Gana here, she knows that there are treasures lost in disasters or abandoned by pirates, or, all the jewels are kind of found in the murkiest of the waters, really. So this is all about exploring and exploration, and through doing that and seeing what we really are, warts and all. But she would also like us to know that she doesn't have any warts herself. But this is where really we discover parts of our talents, our potentials that have really been hidden by old traumas and also misunderstandings, or even lack of opportunity that we can't see. So in doing this, Las Gana, she explores her explorations. They're not just limited to the realm of emotions, but they also include the world. So she really wants us to dive deeper into new experiences, even if those experiences involve flying high or otherworldly, listening to different styles of music with opening our ears, trying new tastes, looking at new insights, and try all of them with the open willingness of childlike wonder. So she especially truly wants us to explore new ideas, opening our belief book to a different perspective, And have you ever noticed that people tend not to explore the territory that they live in? They only visit the special places where they're at when they're trying to entertain someone from out of town, perhaps. So we do the same thing with so many different aspects of our lives. And then sometimes we grumble that life is dull. So life really is always adventurous for adventurous people, and it's always boring for boring people. So if you don't have anything to do, you too might as well clean up your room, empty the cobwebs, come out of the closet. So if life seems boring and you feel like stuck in a puddle, either explore parts of the puddle that you really haven't seen before, or jump out and do something new and interesting, something otherworldly. So I'm sure that you're not boring or a bored person, because boring people probably wouldn't be watching my daily snippet. Just saying. However, what this card is saying to us, or telling us to pay attention to, is our dreams, and to listen to the murmur of the waters, and to note the patterns in the damp fallen leaves and the glistening of the snow, and to listen to the distant, high, otherworldly sounds of the angelic realm among the stars. But it's also suggesting that we get in the tub, a soothing bath, a hot tub, a jacuzzi, take a trip to the nearest spa or a hot spring, take a dip in the sea or a pond or even a mountain lake, even a mud bath. All of this actually helps to quiet us down and become strong enough to explore her territory. So, which is the earth and the waters, from the depths to the heights. So it's important, as it is, to explore the inner realms. She's also asking us to explore the outer realms. That's also the vital energy. So she really is suggesting that we go places that we might have never been, and to try things that we've never done, and to take classes on subjects that we always meant to study someday, or maybe even learn a new language and see kind of where that road takes us, and just explore widely and deeply in our own world, so that we develop our own adventurousness of our own spirit. So it almost goes without saying that she's recommending us explore even the realm of the other world. She's also suggesting maybe kissing any frogs, metaphorically, actual frogs, you could encounter, or to test if they're a prince or a princess. But I don't know if I do that seriously, but you have to kind of wonder with childlike wonder. It's just a suggestion there. And the last card I pulled, which I love, this little jewel, this is the Dark Lady. She's part of the She clan, the people of the hills, the lords, the ladies of fairy. They are the old ones. They do the dance in the realms. But these fairies, the She, they do this to mediate the powerful energies of the singers, and to bring that energy, the sounds and the songs, into manifestation throughout the world. So they do this for the pure essence of joy, bubbling up those joy molecules. And they have this great alchemizing art in their dance, but they're the ones who create and nurture and build the worlds, and even the inhabitants within those worlds, the beings that are in the trees, the beings that are in the breeze, right? There's so many and more, really, but they're all available to us individually, really, as guardians and teachers, and also comforters, the gatekeepers and the guardians. I always say the guardians of our galaxy. But they really do this just to create frequent miracles as well. They enjoy it. But the Dark Lady is this high priestess of mysteries, and she understands how to surrender to divine power, to unity. She has this profound intuitive knowledge that is only to be found by really looking deeply into our own beingness and our own natures. So we find her through meditation, in sleep, in our dreams, within our inner peace, ecstasy, or even in total despair. So her time, her energy is that of the dark moon, and she is the guardian of the beings, and the born, of unconscious ideas. And, I've seen the sprouting in the dark, calling into the earth, the tender and the fragile, and, just at the same time, just ready to face the bright sun and the winds of the spring. So she holds within her the embryonic hopes that we have yet to realize that we even have them. So the Dark Lady is this mistress of spiritual ritual. It's the purpose of ritual is not the power it allegedly has over the gods or the spirits or the fairies and the other realms, but it's the very real power it might have over us, really putting us into a state of consciousness where we may better connect to our own magic and to other worldly beings. So the Dark Lady really understands that rituals is something that we surrender to, and we allow to unfold us, rather than something we do or control. So when we have been through a living cycle, birth and growth with amazing nurturing and fulfillment with the bright mother and letting go with the lady of the harvest, it's the dark lady who passes with us through the night of the endings and the death, whether of the body or of the soul or simply of something passing through our lives. So it's she who holds and guides us as we reconceive ourselves and prepare to be born anew. So, in a simple act, just the simple act of breathing, we can see all four of them in our eye. Inhaling with the maiden, the moment of fullness with the bright mother, and exhaling with the lady of the harvest, and the moment of empty, waiting stillness with the dark lady. So she is there in our very last moments of our deepest grief, helping us to move forward to the stillness and the peace of the places beyond the grief. Our sorrows are really transformed with her and within her. So she's teaching us to surrender. She's walking with us through the valley of the darkest shadows. She is there as we experience the ecstasy of release. Then she really guides us back to this reality where we're renewed and we're illuminated. So it's from her where these spiritual awakenings that seem to blossom within us out of nowhere. So when we travel through the darkness, the inner and the outer, we learn the strength of the dark lady. So we might reach the realm of the dark lady through grief, through deeper surrender, through ecstasy, or through profound ritual, which is what I would do. So this is just a suggestion that it really is time to withdraw from the ordinary world and to revitalize ourselves, to retreat and surrender to the source, the unity, and the song of ecstasis. So this is a time of preparation for rebirth, restoration, and regeneration. It reminds me of the energy of Pluto. So what is hidden is getting ready to be revealed and to celebrate the passage through the unknown, the rich, the fertile, the hidden realms of the magic of the Dark Lady. So this is a time in the natural cycle of life when we open ourselves to receive the inflowing energies of Himself, when we become powerful, overflowing with our own vitality and our own life force. So it might also be a time of prophecy, magic, foretelling of the potential of a future, divinations, cowrie shell if you're interested, a time of self-awareness, self-knowledge, and encounters with the hidden worlds. So it's a time to kind of mediate or meditate and retreat and seek serenity and our own inner peace. So she holds this unconscious power and this innate wisdom and the rituals, the mystery, and also the secrets, where Las Ghana is the sunken treasure, the discovery of the self and the adventure, and Habya is our imaginary fears, the unreal hazards, and having realistic caution. So it really sounds like it's time for some magic, some ritual, an otherworldly event, an adventure. It's all in alignment, really, with Voices of the Other World, my online immersion that's coming up soon. But today, in the cosmic highway as well, and the energies there, we have this is where our goals and our decisions are kind of bubbling through. It's time to take the action and also to commit to them. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare, if you will. Different, there we go, different elements. So we have the planet of communication with the planet of rebirth, Pluto, rising from the ashes. So whatever you focus on, the energy of today is going to be a benefactor, a benefit. So really stay in alignment with your feelings, the treasure that's hidden. Be in a field of peace, and kind of enjoy that. And then, dun, 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 I got ahead of myself, didn't I? There we go. On the elemental front, we have a yang water rat day, 2 rats, lots of water, 0 of the element of fire or nature. Once again, fire is the energy of taking action and passion. It is Mars in relation to the cosmic highway, with the element of nature or wood to transform. That's Jupiter. So we have lots of water. The water of the rat is one of being adored. It's betrayal as well, unconditional love, judgment, trust, pleasure, devastation, hidden agendas. So the energy of the rat is being loved unconditionally. That's like the affirmation, like I am adored, and just being clear to make wiser choices and kind of attract and draw in people into our lives who are really going to be trustworthy. who won't pull the rug out from under us when we least expect it, and just kind of removing the charge of the emotional blackmail, that water and that energy, and just acting out of true adoration and altruism without expecting anything in return. So I would definitely ground into the elements of fire today, light a candle, go to your ancestors for ritual, and also hang our nature. Go find the keepers of the wild, the Wetamays, or do something, a ritual in nature. And again, Voices of the Other World, I'm going to be talking about all of the juice in their immersion. So it's going to be super fun, and actually it's going to be like playtime, adult playtime. And with our root center activated today, it's like colors of red highlighted along with our third eye being in the season of Capricorn. So you might even get some visions that you can root down into the physical world and manifest and create, because it's our ego energy that's active today, our base note, really. So this energy can be explosive in a way as well. So it really is a great idea to exercise to burn off the excess energy, the agitation energy, just grounding. That's one of the ways where the energy, if we ground it in, it's really going to pay off, bringing down the manifestation down to the crown through the third eye, and landing it, literally landing it in the physical. And again, any kind of exercise is going to really assist our nervous system, this energy. Sometimes it sparks off. Could be like lightning and electricity. It's activating the innate nature inside of us. But it really is a time to move forward, to come out of our cosmic closet. We should begin a new habit and possibly stop a habit that's no longer efficient for us. Might be stilling our light. It's a great day to be kind to ourselves, go on an adventure. So if you decide that you want to really make a commitment or even just a personal investment to yourself, what does that look like? It'd be like going to a class, joining me in my club, my online venue, for example, possibly having a life coach, or the process, it's actually today to put whatever it is you're creating into action so you can manifest it. Even upcycling your nutrition quotient by doing green smoothies. So the energy today is actually vital energy of the element of wood. So it's a great day to shift and put into motion the changes that you really want to manifest into the new year. It's like taking that action to move it forward. And really the manifestation begins once we really initiate the energy, those generative forces. So it's a great idea to put the process of changing our inner world so we can manifest it in our outer world today. So that would be like any old patterns, old boundaries, old beliefs. It's really a time to start the new habits and these new rituals and really creating those new boundaries with love. Always do things from a space of love to our heart's content sometimes, as we manifest and root in the intention, whatever that is, while at the same time practicing being more self-loving to ourselves in our own personal container, our own village, our own sacred space, and really following what our heart truly believes. And then we have our inner self, and we have these New Year's resolutions coming up. So I would kind of start flowing into that. I don't know if you started a vision board yesterday. I kind of talked about that on the daily snippet, some kind of journaling, cleaning out the old stuff in the closet, those cobwebs. I opened a drawer today that I'm not even sure the last time I even opened it. But it really is time to put all of this into action and see yourself as this new vital energy, this new image of yourself manifested. So do you see yourself as you want to see yourself in the future? And more importantly, believe what you see. You have to believe it first and then see it, not seeing to believe it. You have to flip it. It's flipping the switch. So with the cards today, the elements and the cosmic highway, it's really time for us to manifest our dream life, the element and the energy of fire. I'm going to really be cascading further into these otherworldly beings and the elements very soon. So be sure to check that out. The Voices of the Other World is kind of an asset to uncovering the secrets of the other world. That was all inspired by my near-death experience. People are always curious about death. It's kind of funny. But an affirmation to say to get you on your way. You could tone the sound of Lam, Lam, for your root center, along with the third eye, the Om channel. I prefer the sound of silence. Just bringing that in, down and through the third eye, down to the crown, through the third eye to manifest and land, as long as it's in alignment with your heart's true desires, right? And then the sound of fire and the sound of nature as well. So that's like the heat of the ha in the voice and the wind or the swish for nature. Just becoming the best version of ourselves, knowing that we are authentic, we are in a state of transformation, believing in ourselves, and to really access the being that resides within us, going down a new path, taking an adventure, even just going on an adventure, exploring, right? Being self-loving daily, and also flicking away, I always tell my clients to flick away any thoughts that are less than enlightening. So I would really affirm that I am in alignment to take the action I can hold space for and commit to it into the infinite future, the being that resides within you. So I've been saying each night that I am moving to the timeline of my best self, or the possibilities for my higher self. And then in the morning, something like that. In the morning, when I wake up, I am in that timeline of my best possibilities. So it's this endless flow where I say that before I go to bed. First thing when I get up, I'm awake into that timeline. So yeah, something super juicy. But be sure to check out this new moon musing meditation. It's almost out the gateway. Super juicy. But I will see you on the other side. InShalla, Ashe. Blessings to you, and thanks for hopping on. And yeah, I'll see you soon.